Food is any substance consumed to provide nutritional support for an organism. It is a basic human need obtained from plants, animals, or fungal origin and contains essential nutrients such as carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, or minerals. It can be eaten raw like fruits or vegetables, or even cooked, for example, fresh fish for stews or soups. Living without food or hunger will lead to starvation and in some events even death. According to UN reports, global hunger numbers rose as many as 828 million in 2021. This was an increase of about 46 million since 2020 and 150 million since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, which provides fresh evidence that the world is moving further away from its goal of ending hunger, food insecurity, and malnutrition in all its forms by 2030. Climate extremes such as droughts and floods are also key drivers behind the rise in hunger, together with conflicts and economic slowdowns. However, adoption of useful farming techniques under good climate patterns and agricultural seasons can lead to bumper harvest. Food is needed by the human body for energy, to repair and build cells, and to prevent sickness and heal from it. To have the body functioning well, we will need to eat right. Simply put, food acts as medicine to maintain the body. When taken in, it is broken down into smaller molecules for absorption and used by various metabolic processes through digestion. The mouth is the beginning of the digestive tract. Food in the mouth mixes with saliva to begin the breakdown into a form the body can absorb and use. When swallowed, the tongue passes food into the throat and into the esophagus. The esophagus then receives food from the mouth when swallowed and delivers food to the stomach. The stomach holds food while it is being mixed with enzymes and continues the food breakdown process and releases it into the small intestine. The pancreas and bile from the liver continues the breakdown process. The food nutrients released are then absorbed into the bloodstream. Once the nutrients have been absorbed and the leftover food residue liquid has passed through the small intestine, it then moves on to the large intestine or colon. The colon connects the small intestine to the rectum and is responsible for processing waste. Stool or waste left over from the digestive process is passed through the colon and emptied into the rectum once or twice a day. The anus is the last part of the digestive tract. It detects rectal contents and helps in ejection of fecal matter in the bathroom or toilet. Toilets are important because access to a safe functioning toilet has a positive impact on public health, human dignity, and personal safety, especially for females. However, in some parts of the world, access to toilets remains a challenge, leading to open defecation, and this remains a global sanitation crisis. Open defecation refers to the practice whereby people go out in fields, bushes, forests, open bodies of water, or other open spaces rather than using the toilet to defecate. Worldwide, 4.2 billion people live without safely managed sanitation, and around 673 million people practice open defecation. World Toilet Day, an official United Nations International Observance Day on 19th November, is to inspire action to tackle the global sanitation crisis. Sustainable Development Goal 6 aims to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. In particular, Target 6.2 is to end open defecation and provide access to sanitation and hygiene. In Ghana, open defecation still remains a major health concern. The country in 2017 was ranked as the second in open defecation in Africa. According to the 2021 Population and Housing Census, 17.7%, representing about 5.5 million people in Ghana, still practice open defecation. Some section of the public feel that open defecation is either a voluntary choice or a compulsion. Aside challenges including lack of adequate and access to a toilet facility or place of convenience, this choice is closely linked with personal preferences, cultural and traditional norms. The acting director of Petroleum Department of EPA, Kojo Agbeno Efunam, noted the cultural dimension associated with this canker.
I grew up along the coastal environment. I'm an away, but I was speaking to you that we're doing this in Hafasini. So there is no coastal village that I don't know. I've walked through. As I work here too, we have gone from Aflao to Hafasini walking, taking data and then all that. So I have known the beach life and the consciousness of the people that live around the beach. That is also another thing which is cultural. There is a cultural factor also there. It doesn't matter how nice your let me say the place of convenience looks like, but there is that cultural feeling when you go out there, the breeze and then the coolness over there. You cannot get that when you are in your home. So the cultural thing is also there, which somehow we will need to overcome slowly, but it will take a bit of time.
Open defecation at the beaches contaminates coastal water bodies and remains a threat to the country's tourism and fishing industry. Fisherfolks' Diaries visited the Nungua Landing Beach. The shores of the beach is engulfed with filth and human excreta as a result of open defecation. We find 2 public toilets just a stone throw away. The fisherfolks are worried about the trend. They wonder why the beach have been turned into a place of convenience, despite the availability of the toilet facilities left open for 24 hours.
de balanakan wo tiafia de obi anwani we first anwom sipa to 4 years ni ame pon na kan die fo no ga toilet aga nwami wo 4 years ni toilet anwami ka ke mine na gbele ni bi ne ka on ka si take be fe bilo aba toilet ka ni odun sisi no na me ya toilet so wo ka mi wi sometimes go pay somebody poor mus ye so na pe come do ba na somebody okay somebody na ya ti afie bi ni so see what I mean no I'm from somebody if I'm tell me but no she say get toilet e so ye so na no ni me ya toilet so
The issue of charge or payment when one visits the public toilet, serving as a deterrent to some residents, was raised.
If you have a child will want to, let's say, every day you want the child to eat food. The food is there and the toffee is there. The child will always prefer the toffee. But it is the parent's responsibility, the parent's duty to say that no, this is not the time for candy. This is time for real food. After the food, you can have the candy. Now, why am I using this analogy? You see, we have pampered ourselves so much, and we always hide behind poverty, and we do things that are unthinkable. You want to ease yourself. There is a place that has been done for you for convenience. Now, how much are you going to pay in order to ease yourself? And how much have you paid in eating that food? In eating that food in the first place, which is causing you to go and ease yourself. Now, you are unwilling to pay a fraction of that money to ease yourself, but you are willing to pay a quantum to take in a lot into you. And then we agree that that process is okay. You can go out and do it. Now, if you go out and you do it, there are consequences. The disease that comes, the sickness that comes, eventually it comes back to you. You go to the hospital. The money that you spend in taking care of you, at the end of the day, if you were, all of us were willing to pay, then we'll take away that disease that comes to us, for which we have to go to the hospital. So it is a kind of consciousness that we'll have to adopt and appeal to all of us.
Hey, Pentecost BM. Bebe halak kasiyene ten ifa ona halak ten fa si Pentecost BM baba bi shikon akawo kaji abana eko amele no ka makawo shikon ye and Helen no ka me no amefe fon gidi ni ambafe ni ambafe ne be assembly pe ba kwake na chon na kandilu ne amane ba fe tomo 7 years si hene ba nya ye tomo 14 years
The caretaker of the toilet facilities, who doubles as a leader for the Fisherfolks in Nungua, says people who are unable to afford payment of 50 pesos are allowed to use the facility without having to pay.
Anake awa ye inshona ne me sorte ba nuana amba salawo ene be wo han ama toilet hona fe ni akpaya si fete se a he ame skachon me timo ole tuntu ele ahe ame noko shin kaji manager ma mi ele be few 50 pesos shin fete se ame ya mi so na no ni wo ame yue ya ke ame pa me sorte ba kaji efe emne kampe keke me bele mi yen asueshi wo amepa wo me yu a anwa ke oba wo ni o ke wo yen ko ya eja ke no ni wo me ni wo me fi ona kan kaji o me gbe ni ba ya ni ewa wo amralo ye egbe ni be ke bo yo eja ke abo fa mini tuntun wo to ni eba medani ona ya ona no me wana no ni tu ni ewo ni mene ame ya mi enene ke 10 enene ke 20 ona no shishi.
Open defecation at beaches can lead to contamination of sea, as germs and other harmful bacteria from feces can travel into the water bodies or fishes and cause diseases.
Tiafia ke application ni tiafia so na ga pelu eje nu ake lo esuo wo ke lo ape street lo na ba yo pa street tiafia wo wo ji na mi wo na agba nígbà ona ndo ka mi wo ya ka me pa je wo fe wo office je wo office o ba yan wo je ni ako ba yan wo office so office je mi wo ran da ni je ma che kinki
na kanu sha ya so na fibna ba bie e go gbe ke ka to 6 ke afin wa na me somo bie fin ke ya e ko hotel bie at somo je ma na na police bon me momo ka mo bu na ka je bie ka ku ke te ka ba police wa na mo ame pa ba mo bia na nya e bia nya o bie ni no
ko ba le na ke ni se wu
be ke ko ba ni ken e ko ke pa ne ko afiste tuwe wa na fi so e ko je jule siam kelibi ekura dulo ni sana ke swiss pon ko ina de bonyo ke swiss beja ye ke tentenji iba na anya atomo wu na boni nu we le sani afile na kan atwa be sani police we iba na.
The Fisherfolks see the situation as an environmental crime. They want the law enforcement agency to deal with recalcitrant people.
Police we ba na ba sure ayen me be ko po de police we ba mi swim toilet ni mo ko chom ye ke nwe e wala nwele wo la ke lulu awa gba mi ni mi anwa ke wo ka je yin police to mo tu lo re ka ji ata to mo manke tri ama ta bie ke mi ne kaji momo ame ba fe to mo si etekope ambakpa.
The acting director of Petroleum Department of EPA, Kojo Agbeno Efunam, believes education targeted towards the younger generation will go a long way to help address the canker.
You know, very soon, the way I do my things, my children, they will look at it and say, how? So they don't do the way I do things because they look at it as a little bit old or unfashionable, archaic. So education, as we say, and we always say, is the key. And the target should be towards the children, not the elderly. So once we start targeting the children and trying to bring this kind of consciousness in their mind, slowly the older generation will move on and then the younger generation. But if we don't, and then we leave the younger generation and they have imbibed this kind of backward thing, we'll have a very long way.
International fisherman, and this is our letter to the government. Gas me la mummy ole. Hey yo, sound boy. I mean, I take punche for Ganshona. I live very close to the Colena. Hold your doors left phone corner. We do pung at the quick, more now. We catch fish for the whole nation. She got no coffee on importation. The battle brought in the inflation. Bring on all this confusion. But the government take our award. Yesterday, long our boats and my sword. 3 die and go to the God. Don't mean why I would on the award. NMFA, nonsense stability. Warlock, storage facility. Yes, incompatibility. I tell me about the one way, and the bucket. Then they call me